Hey guys, Sarah Colliser with Ampersand Unique Gifts and Home Decor. Welcome to my Craft Room Organization Day 2 video. If you haven't seen the Craft Room Organization Day 1, then I will post the link and you can go back and watch that video. While you're out there, make sure to subscribe and click notifications so that you can get notified of any future videos that I have. If you like videos that are around organization, DIYs, thrift hauls, trash to treasure, then you are in the right place. So meanwhile, why we're here today. So in my first video, I mentioned that we had moved, and when we moved all of my things, they just were thrown in boxes and here. So as we've gone through, my daughter's helping me, and as we go through and we work through the different piles of things we knew were going in this corner just kept getting thrown over here. And now it has created a mess. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to work on this portion of the basement and try to get it organized. I'll check in, I'll show you where I am, and then we'll look and see how it all is when it's finished. So hang with me. Thanks, guys. Okay, so this is what I was talking about. So this portion of the basement is actually the bathroom. But obviously we can't start building the bathroom walls or install the toilet there or the tub or the sink until we get things picked up and it's not full of stuff. So moving on, we have this closet under the stairs, a backdrop, and all of the many things that we just keep poking in this hole. That is a small section that's the mechanics room, but we'll have some of the immediate crafts that will be here that aren't stored in the larger area and over there with all the other crafts and things. So just giving you an idea of a full before so that we can see what we can do with this space and how we're going to organize it. So hang with me, guys, and I will keep you in the loop of the progress. Hey, just checking in real quick. I wanted to kind of tell you what I was doing now. So every time I find lights, whether they're fairy lights, whether they're plug-in lights, but just fun little lights, I use them in wreaths that I make. I use them in different wall decor. This is a really cute one that looks like little bitty clothespins on just a string. This is perfect to get a real big old picture frame and you can string them across there. So I get things like this when I find them on sale. So you can see this was after Christmas. This is just the little string mini lights. And I had them all just piled in different totes. So I started, one of the first things I did when I was organizing and cleaning was I started to put them all at least together in totes. So now I'm going through, because I had multiple totes of them, and I'm going through and organizing them so that I can at least get them all in one tote and get them up on the shelf. So then there's that. Then I have over here, sorry about the noise. I had a whole bunch of mason jars, used, new, the whole thing. And I organized all of those, and I know that when we start the organizing of all those totes over there, we're going to find out that I have more probably shoved in totes. But this one is some odds and ends. It's the different color lids, the lotion. You can turn them into a soap dispenser, a lotion dispenser. You can put hangers on them. This goes around the top, makes a hanger. So this is all my mason jar pieces. These little things go on the inside in the place of the little flat ring, and you can turn them into toothbrush holders, or you can use this just to organize your flowers. So I've got all that, and I'm just going to get it sorted and organized and back on the shelf, and then I will come back and I'll show you what I have so far. So moving along, getting this done. Hey there. Okay, so working on my mason jar stuff. I had this really cool tote that I picked up at the Dollar General. So it has a tray that goes down inside, and this has dividers, and has even more here, and then the lid snaps down on it. So again, Grabbed this from the Dollar General. Love it. So mason jars are just so much fun. You know why I get kind of addicted to getting stuff. And then in here, I just kind of sorted some of the random lids that weren't on jars. The holders. I have two more. This is what I was talking about. They come in a 3-pack and they fit on the jar. And you can turn it into where you can hold it. You can hang it. So I just wanted to hop on and show that, this is one of those things that organizing is so fun. On that side, I have a couple different ones that I've got one that's a little shorter, that's the gray, and then a couple of these that are the black. And again, like I said, you can use those for turning mason jars into lotion. I usually put one of those in my soap when I make the bathroom sets. I put one of those in there. So attack the stamp collection. Make snowflakes, corners, and ta-da! Lots of other things with stamps. So I'll hop back on and we'll talk about more stuff that I've done. All right, now I'm working on hole punches. Okay, so I used to be a scrapbooker. So I had lots of hole punches. You could see the ampersands. I must have been really excited when I found that. I like to punch out little ampersands to add on things. Pulling out the different hole punches, you can see I have several of the same ones. Can't hit on that enough of how much being unorganized can cost you. But here at least I'm able to open all of the different totes that had all these items in there so I can see what I have. Told you I love mason jars. And just setting them out so that when I organize, I can pull them out of the stock and help donate them to other crafters so they can get their collection. There's the items in the orange there, those are actually corners. There's 4 or 5 corner pieces right there, but each of them is a different shape. So I did hold on to all of them. These letter stamps are tiny little letters. I'm not likely to use those anymore. So those went over into the donate pile. This is a scrapbooking stapler with some packages of the fancy staples. Some of them are embossed. Some of them are just the metallic colors. Here is a picture of our donkey. His name was Donkey. We had him years ago, and then he went off to another farm where he had a girlfriend, and they had some children. So what I want to do is just narrow this down into keeping only one of each one. You can see there I had 3 of one and 2 of another, and then there's 2 more again, another size. So I look at those and keep one of the best and put the others in a stack to give away. But since each of these were different shapes for corners, I did go ahead and keep them. It was obvious 2 of them I'd never even used. They were still in the package, but I just didn't want to get rid of them. Those circle stamps, all 3 of them are different sizes. I use those because I take Christmas cards and other gift cards and turn them into gift tags for the next year. So those circle punches are perfect for that, as well as just freehanding and cutting out the different shapes on the cards to serve as a gift card. Here I get tickled. I told you I love mason jars, so I had my mason jar stamp that I opened so I can begin to use it. And there we go. It all fits in one tote. All right, so here is a box that was gifted to me. It is from my grandmother's house. My parents gave it to me. I had obviously poked a few things in the box before I taped it up to move. There's a picture of my husband. And they're just some things that were in there, and then since there was room, I stuck more stuff in there. But these embroidered and hand-stitched pillowcases, really excited. They're absolutely beautiful. I love those. And then there's some additional fabric. Those are just some things I had apparently poked in there. Some craft and scrapbooking stickers. Then this blue fabric that is there. I really love that fabric. It's really thick. It still had the tag on it from where she must have purchased it, and it still said denim. And it was so heavy that I can't wait to upholster some things with it. But these different fabrics are just, they're going to go into my fabric pack. I will definitely use those.
the pillow front. Then there's some quilted fabric and lots of rotary tools and different things. This quilted fabric I absolutely love. I make Bible covers, and I love to use that quilted fabric with the different Bible covers. But what I will do is take this over and put it in my own fabric stash. That was so cute. It's blue ticking and it has pictures of little pigs and says hogwash. These sacks here were so soft. You think about when they say they had dresses made out of feed sacks, not to be confused with heavy, thick, hard grain sacks, but feed sacks. And those were so soft. I wouldn't mind a skirt made out of those.
Hey, so still sitting here, still going through boxes, but I just wanted to share some really cool stuff with you. So I'm going through a box. I don't know if you can see down in there. I'm going through, this is the second one that I've gone through the boxes that were things that belonged to my grandmother, and my parents brought it to me, and I am just now going through some of this stuff, and it's just fascinating. So not only was she a pack rat keeper of buttons like me, she had so many neat little sewing things. Look at this little case that had a zipper in it. It has a little zipper coiled up in there. Heavy jacket, 50 cents, made in the USA. Awesome. This little wood thing that had sewing machine needles in it. It has a little thing where you can see the needles, the kind of needle that was in it. Look at all these really cool buttons. So it's from a time when, the shirt may have worn out or the dress may have worn out, but the buttons still had life in it. So you can cut the buttons off. You can take the shirt, the pants, whatever it is, you turn them into a quilt or different clothes, patchwork dresses, and then you save the buttons. So these tins, and this is just some of what's in here, but you can see all these buttons and clear. I mean, they're so awesome. When I have time, I will actually sort them and organize them by style and color. But that's one of those things that, when there's some kind of movie I want to watch, or I get stuck at a Netflix series, then I get to going through that. Another box of pens. I've found several of these. And one of them were the T pens, which I love. This is a package of T pens that I've always loved using those with things. But anyway, it'll be one of those things where I'm sitting there watching TV, sorting, and it kind of gives me a purpose where I don't feel too bad sitting there doing nothing. But I just wanted to show you this. This is really cool. So I'm working through this and just pulling out things that go somewhere else, and then I'll put all the buttons back together and set them aside for another day. So anyway, still having a lot of fun down here doing this. I'll check back in later. Okay guys, I'm down to the last box. I have this big tote full of lamp parts and light fixtures, and I'm going to get to it. This is just, seems like I turn anything into a lamp. So I'm going to get this all organized and come back and show you what everything looks like. Okay, as we continue our series on why being unorganized costs you a fortune, you can see lots of duplicates and triplicates. So now that I have all this out, I can organize it and I know what I have, and I can begin to use them without running out and buying a new one because I don't know where the other one was. So it was all together in this one tote, but it wasn't originally. That was just as I was going through other totes, I began to just toss it in there without really paying attention or seeing what I had. But now I'll be able to organize it all, and I will know the next time I'm going to make a lamp exactly what I have. And if I need something, I can buy it then. But chances are I won't for a while. Okay, guys, I am finished for the night. So here you can see the wall that has all of my ribbon, and I had originally had a shelf right there, but my husband reminded me that with the water filter, that when he takes that undone, he puts a bucket underneath it just in case it drips, and I probably didn't want to have a shelf. I'm looking at figuring out what I want to do with that right there with the ribbon. Has my burlap stash and a lot of the other ribbons that I have. Trying to figure out whether I want to hang something up there on the wall. We're not going to finish the walls in this part, but I could still hang something, get some more ribbon holders. I've just got a couple things right here. That's actually an old tray. It's an old wood tray. Same thing with this one hanging on the wall here. And then these are CD, DVD racks. And they're just perfect. These little ones are so perfect for this. The bigger ones, you can see I have a little bit more of a struggle where it will only hold the bigger ribbon. So you get the littler ones and they'll fall through. Here's one that's barely hanging on. So yeah, I may look at finding some more of those, or building something with dowel rods and maybe hanging something up there above the water line. But I kind of wanted to leave all that empty, just to keep it from being too cluttered. Plus it requires a ladder or step stool to be able to get something up there. But the other thing is that it was very important that we could reach the breaker box. Once we start working on the basement, right on the other side of that white square will actually be a wall that goes all the way here, and then this will be up against the wall. So it was important that I leave space to be able to get to that. So backing up where you can see more of it, I was able to get everything organized and on the shelves with nothing else on the floor. Got some projects pending completion. This whole box right here, this blue box, is actually full of more of this and various colors, as well as more of the brown, so I need to get busy making wreaths, get that used up. But the items that I had showed you before, so I was able to get all my stamps in here. This is all of all the mason jar pieces, and then I have miscellaneous mason jars. And then down here, more, those are completed sets where you have the whole, the jar with the lids. Same thing here, more mason jars. So that'll be as I work through those crafts. This is all my lighting fixture pieces. I got them all in that one tote, with the exception of the light bulbs that I was able to put up there. Still have a lot of stuff to go through. So, you know, something about the ribbon. For those of you that are going crazy looking at the ribbon and how unorganized it is and how there's like ribbons on different pieces, just needed to get it all up, get it off the floor, out of boxes, and that'll be one of those things that we go back through, and I will actually sort it by ribbon type and color, making things a little easier. Same thing with these boxes. So looking at this stuff, you can see this whole thing's full of zippers. This has zippers in it, but mostly it's different ribbon trimmings and bias tapes and various things like that. So overall, here we have the continued section that comes out of my craft room, just for more organization and being able to keep things right handy for when I'm sewing. So I had this backdrop was actually on the floor. I hung it here to hide where the closet under the stairs is. It's just on rings that hang on a nail. It's a reversible. I need to steam it and get all those wrinkles out of it. But it's reversible. It's actually white on the other side, so it looks like white brick with a whitewashed floor. You can turn it around the other way just by taking those hooks off the nails. It just gives me somewhere that I can have for staging and doing pictures. I have a table that will fit there, and then the part that has the floor will come out on the top of the table, and then I can take some pictures and stage. The other thing I showed you was what was going to be our bathroom. It is now completely empty, so that we'll be able to get busy on getting that bathroom in there. That'll be wonderful when I'm down here working, to have a bathroom. That is everything that we were able to accomplish during this time. Just wanted to bring you back and show you what was finished. Again, I'm calling it a night. Thanks for staying with me. Make sure you subscribe and click notifications so you can be notified for more craft room organization. We're going to be beginning the process of going through all these totes and getting things organized just like we did here. I'm sure there's lamp pieces, mason jar pieces, lighting, and zippers and embroidery hoops and all the things that we found today, all in these totes. So as we get going, we'll begin to continue to organize. And